Hey, yo! So, today we're gonna talk about something that I wouldn't say it's a sensitive or a touchy subject. It is something that gets brought up at work a lot, especially by the newer members. You know, it's something we don't really care for, or let me not try to speak for everybody. It's something I don't care for. I don't like this. I don't understand why it's in place. I don't see who it's benefiting. I mean, maybe it's benefiting the companies, but you know, let's just get right into it. So this video is about the tier pay system that's in place. As far as like with car boats, I can understand, but I feel like it shouldn't take this long to get, you know, the high rate on container boats. But I'm looking down at my phone so I can show you guys the tier system, but I'm gonna pop it up on screen right over here so you guys can, you know, look along with me. So here we are. You can see the wages of, on the left, there's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 6 or more. So basically that number over there is saying how many years somebody would reach the 700 hours, which we call that qualifying. So when you qualify 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more years, your pay does change, and it also changes, you know, by a couple of cents depending on what year we are in. But you know, so basically somebody that's never qualified and works a container boat would basically be paid $20 an hour on container boats, or like, I think that goes with break bulk, and that goes with like the ships that we get these ships that move like junk cars, which they do pay container rate because sometimes the boats do have container ships on them, but that isn't benefiting somebody that gets paid less on container boats than they do on car boats. You know, so if you are on the scale of, you know, 4 years or less, it's not really benefiting you, especially if there's a car boat, a regular car carrier ship going that day, but there's also one of the break boat kind of I forget, the ships that carry both cars and containers on them. It's not really benefiting you to go there versus to go to the car boat, which, you know, it is what it is. As long as you're making something, cause something better than nothing at the end of the day, you know. But basically, you know, 0 years qualified or 1 year qualified, you're getting $20 an hour on container ships and, you know, the combo ships. I'm gonna call them the combo ships. You know, and your rate does change after you qualify 2 times. You know, you'll jump into the next tier. The next tier after, you know, you're on your 4th time qualifying, your pay jumps up again. And then once you qualify 6 or more times, you get top pay, which, like I said, I don't understand why that system is in place. I personally don't like it. I don't feel like it's really benefiting the company. Maybe, I'm not really, like, I feel like in any type of deal, if you can't figure out who's benefiting from it, more than likely it's not you. You know, I don't feel like I'm benefiting from this. Personally, I think the tier system is kind of like a ripoff. It's pretty stupid in my opinion. It's not benefiting me in my opinion. And you know, if there is a car boat going that day, I'm gonna try to get on that car boat before I get on that container ship, especially if the car boat going at 6 and the container ship going at 6:30. I don't see a point in me trying to wait around for this container ship, which, you know, between 6 o'clock and 6:30, 50 more people might come into the union hall, so I might just be asked out of a job anyways. So if there's a car boat going at 6 and a container boat going at 6:30, I'm gonna try and get on that car boat for anything. If that, you know, doesn't get to me and the container ship does at 6:30, then I got me a job for the day. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. But like I said, I personally don't like the tier system. Now, when it comes to the tier system on a car boat, it's a lot more simple of a system. Basically, you get like Dang, that's been so long since I got top pay on the car boat. I think the last time I got it was like maybe like $14 or like $20. I think it was more $14.25. I'm not sure, but it's less than the point that they want minimum wage to be at in a couple of years. Like, a person can be working at Amazon and you just starting out as a longshoreman, and you know they making more than you, and you know these are two completely different jobs. Like, I feel like they need to up that bottom amount a little bit on the car boats. I don't know if they should make it as much as like the bottom tier of a container boat, but it definitely needs to be upped a little bit so you know can make ends meet. You know, especially if this is their only source of income. What's $14 gonna do? You know, it'll help, but it's, you know, there's other jobs where you can make $14 an hour coming out the gate and you don't have to pay $1,500 to work there, you know. So there's that. I mean, let's really think about it. But on the car boat, you know, you get 14 whatever an hour. When you reach 700 hours, it doesn't have to be all in 1 year. It can be, you know, you get 300 hours 1 year, 300 hours another fiscal year, and then 100 hours the next fiscal year. And once you know, accumulate 700 hours, then you would get high pay on a car boat, you know, which that's a good thing. But you'll definitely hit high pay on a car boat before you hit high pay on a container boat, because it takes years of qualifying to get top rate on a container ship. So when they, you know, be talking about, oh, you only want to do this, I want the money to make sense. That's what I want. I'm speaking so passionately about it because, you know, this is my livelihood we talk about. Like, of course I'm gonna go drive some cars because I'm making more money driving cars than I am working a container ship. Like, come on now, like, make it make sense is what I'm saying. You can look at the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. If I get 10 hours on a car boat, or I'm not gonna say 10 because not every time it's 10, but if I get 8 hours on a car boat versus getting 10 hours on a container ship, I feel like I won that day. You feel me? I feel like I beat the devil. So it's all just me. When I look at work, I try to figure out what's gonna make me the most money that day. And if I can't get that, I'm going for something else, anything, you know. But there's always something I'm aiming for when I go to the union hall, you know. If I can't get that, as long as I leave with something, I'm happy. But when the money is about even for me, as far as on a container ship versus a car boat, then I wouldn't mind driving the truck 5 days a week, you know, or even like going to a car boat twice and then twice a week, and going to a container boat 2 to 3 times a week. That's fine with me. My thing is, I just want the money to make sense. And right now it's a car boat, you know, car boat over a container ship for me personally right now. But hopefully with the next contract that's being negotiated or, you know, written out, I'm hoping that they eliminate tier wages. Every candidate is saying that they're gonna try to eliminate tier wages. Hopefully we can have a breakthrough as far as tier wages not being a thing anymore. And, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep the tiers with the bonus checks, but that's another topic for another day. And I'm starting to ramble on, so I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.